When it comes to T20 cricket, you really can't get much bigger than this. The Big Bash League Final. We had the Sydney Sixers facing off against the Perth Scorchers in a massive championship clash. And for all the hype, it really all boiled down to one thing.
And that one thing was pressure. I mean, right from the get-go, you could feel it. This entire final wasn't just going to be about who scored more runs or took more wickets. It was about who could handle the heat and who was going to crack. So let's dive in and see how that pressure really defined this entire match. All right, first up, let's talk about the Sydney Sixers. Right away, they lose the toss and get sent into bat. That immediately puts you on the back foot. The challenge wasn't just to score, it was to put up a total that was big enough to defend in a high-stakes final. A tough ask. And this timeline, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? The Sixers' innings, it just never got going. You can see it right here. Wickets just kept tumbling at these regular intervals. Hughes goes early, then Smith. It was this constant stop-start that meant they could never build any real momentum.
But look, it wasn't for a lack of trying. You had the big guns, guys like Stephen Smith and the captain Moises Henriques, trying their best to steady the ship. They all got starts, right? You see scores in the 20s there. But nobody, and this is the key, nobody could kick on and get that one big, game-changing score that the team was just desperate for.
So you might be asking, why did they find it so tough? Well, this slide is your answer. The Scorchers' bowling was just on another level, and it was coming from both ends. You had Jhye Richardson and David Payne working together perfectly, both of them just tearing through the lineup, and they each grabbed 3 wickets. I mean, with that kind of firepower, the Sixers batters had absolutely nowhere to hide. So after 20 overs of just struggling, this is what it all came down to. A total of 132 runs. That meant the target for the Scorchers was 133. Now, in a T20 game, that looks pretty gettable, but this is a final. And with the pressure cranked all the way up, you just have to wonder, was it enough?
Okay, so now let's flip to the Scorchers' reply, and what a contrast. Compared to the Sixers' innings, which felt kind of frantic, Perth's chase was just a masterclass in how to stay cool and in control. They didn't just chase the target, they took it apart piece by piece.
And leading the way, of course, was the captain, Mitchell Marsh. A knock of 44, it was exactly what his team needed. It was powerful, it was smart, and it basically sent a message to everyone watching, relax, we've got this. Just a true captain's innings. And Marsh definitely wasn't doing it all by himself. Finn Allen came in and just provided the fireworks. A blistering 36 from only 22 balls. An innings like that does so much more than just put runs on the board. It completely sucks the energy out of the fielding team and makes a small target feel tiny. Then, with the finish line in sight, you had Josh Inglis. He was the steady hand at the end. His unbeaten 29 wasn't about big hits, it was just clinical. He made sure there were no silly mistakes, no late-game drama, just calmly steered the team home like a total pro. And just like that, the final was over. This wasn't some nail-biter that went down to the last ball. No way. This was a clean, dominant victory that left absolutely no doubt about who the best team in the BBL was. I mean, the final scorecard here tells the whole story, doesn't it? Just look at the overs. The Scorchers got there with 15 balls left. 15. That's not just a win, that's a statement. It's the numbers that prove just how in control they were from start to finish. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It really just comes down to that one word we started with, pressure. One team buckled under it, and the other team just thrived. From their incredible bowling to their ice-cool chase, the Scorchers showed everyone they weren't just the better team. They were true champions. And there it is, the official confirmation. The Perth Scorchers once again lifting that Big Bash League trophy. They cemented their legacy with a performance that was just commanding, especially when it mattered the most. But that does leave one last question for you. Who was the real standout? Was it one of the bowlers like Richardson or Payne who basically set the whole thing up? Or was it a batter like Mitch Marsh who just calmly led the chase under all that pressure? I'd love to know who you think deserves player of the match. Let me know what you think.